Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanna. If you have not been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. You guys know what is up with that. So I'm a makeup addict and makeup lover, whatever you'd like to call me. I cover everything here on my channel from drugstore all the way up to luxury makeup products. I also cover some skincare and fashion, all things beauty. So if that is something you think you'd be interested in, make sure you do hit that red subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification beside it to stay up to date with my videos, because you guys know I'm not the most frequent uploader and I tell you that in every video. I am filming my second video this weekend though, so yay me. So I should have 2 videos up this week. And the video I filmed before this, I think it'll be up. I have another of the Juvia's Place, the Halloween mystery box. I think that will be up before this video. But anyways, we are going to be talking about a new palette release from Nars. I haven't tried any eyeshadow palettes from Nars. We're going to be trying the new Nars Bijoux palette. This is their holiday release. This is the packaging right here. Really, really pretty. And there's some info on the back and the palette and the colors in there. So we're going to be trying this guy out. Like I said, I have never tried a Nars eyeshadow palette to my knowledge before that I remember. This is the first one that kind of caught my eye. I really liked the packaging and I don't know, I wanted to give it a go. Even though it's a pricier palette, I thought I would try it out, give you guys my thoughts, do an eye look, swatches, all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in seeing this video, then definitely keep on watching. So like I said, I am going to be trying the Nars Bijoux palette. So this is part of the holiday release for 2021. There were some smaller like 6-pan eyeshadow palettes I think they released on occasion too that release with these, as well as a face palette and some lippies. And I think there might have been some other products thrown in there as well. Usually Nars has a fairly large holiday collection. This is the product that caught my eye. I did think the face palette looked pretty, but I have a couple of Nars face palettes. I like them, but I do find them all kind of similar, so I didn't feel like I needed that. But I just have been really wanting to try one of their eyeshadow palettes, and I thought this one looked really nice. Now it does have a total of 16 shadows, which I think is one of the biggest eyeshadow palettes, if not the biggest, that Nars has released. I don't think there's usually that many shades in there. So I thought it was a decent amount and it didn't look like a huge palette. Like it's still a nice like size palette, so the pans aren't going to be huge, which I personally prefer because I have a lot of eyeshadows, so I don't really care if the palette has huge pans. I prefer it to be a little bit smaller and easier to store. But yeah, I'm really excited to give this a go. Now, this was a pricey palette. I feel like it was in like the $70 Canadian range. So if you are purchasing this, just be aware that it is a pricey palette. Nars has always ran really high in the price department though. It is considered more, I don't know, I would say a high-end brand, but I guess that they kind of consider themselves luxury, but I would say more high to luxury, like kind of in the middle there. I wouldn't consider this like on, let's say, La Mer or like Chantecaille level, but they are pretty high price points. So I would say it's kind of like high luxury. But yeah, I typically, like I said, I'm not usually that curious about their holiday releases or their eyeshadow palettes, but I did really want to give this one a go. So I did pick it up and I do have the packaging right here I want to show you guys. So this is what the packaging looks like. And I am going to insert a clip right now so you can see the outside packaging up close as well. Really pretty silver, and it kind of has like, it looks like black tape with Nars all around it. I think that's really cool. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. So I'll show you it kind of in the lights, and then I'm going to insert a clip now. And this is going to show the palette just in natural lighting, and it was when it was untouched. So I did a little video just so you guys could see what it looked like then as well. But you can see that it's a super beautiful palette. I think the metallics and stuff in here are so beautiful. This shade right here is kind of like a duochrome shade. It has like a little bit of a duochrome shift. This one right here has a really beautiful kind of like sparkly finish and a little bit of like a multi-dimensional shift as well. And then these ones here are also really, really beautiful. This one in the middle is pretty like kind of more of like a topper, very, very sparkly, but very beautiful nonetheless. And then we do have kind of like a satin green that's right here. It's a little bit of a deeper green, and then that army green really drew me in, guys. I really like a green. So I just Thought this palette all around was super beautiful. So that is kind of all of the info on the palette, what it looks like, the inside of the palette. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in swatches now. I will say all of these swatches swatch really, really nicely. I was really shocked. I did not know what to expect. Now, a swatch can't really tell you how the shadow is going to perform, but I was impressed by the swatches. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a clip in now of me actually using the eyeshadow palette. This will be the second time that I'm using it. So when I come back and give you my thoughts on it after the look, I have used it a couple times and used quite a few of the shades. Not all of them are going to be fully transparent, so I can't give you like a full-on review. But once I use it more, I will leave a pinned comment in my comments to tell you and give you an update if I had any issues with any of these shadows I didn't use. But I have used it a couple times, so I do have thoughts, but let's go ahead and get into the clip of this look. Hey guys, editing Shannon here. So I am just popping in to let you know, I guess I didn't record the lower lash line and the inner corner and the brow bone. I don't know what happened. I guess I just didn't hit record. I could not find the clip on my camera, so it is what it is. I did go in though with that like red tone and the lower brown tone that I used on my outer part of my eye. This is a different day, so I'm wearing different eyeshadow. I'm actually wearing this, so I'm wearing the greens. And then I do go in with this shade, the one below this one that I'm pointing to, that lightest shade in the palette for my like inner kind of eye highlight in my brow bone. And yeah, that's kind of all I did that you didn't see on camera. By the way, you're getting a preview of my beauty room in those clips. Just saying. All right, guys, so let's go back to the video. All right, guys, so that was the full clip of this eyeshadow look. I've had this on for like a long time, like I said, so really nice shadows. I have to say, I am quite impressed with this palette, and I know I keep showing it to you, but I am. I really like the color story. I know it's more of a neutral palette, but some of these like metallics and shimmers are just absolutely gorgeous, and you can see in the clip, I really appreciate that these mattes were super easy to blend out. They were pigmented, but not like too pigmented to the point that they're hard to blend out. Like I could build these up so well. And I used a lot of these neutral shades. Like I said, I didn't dive into the greens, but I did go into this kind of more like grayish green tone. It does have a little bit of a mossy tone to it. It worked beautifully, and I really appreciated that these shadows layered well and blended well on top of each other. They didn't blend the other shade away. You could still see the kind of gradient in the shadows with no issue, which I really liked, and you could see the metallics, how pretty they are. Now this shade right here, this is one of the prettiest shades. I use this on my TikTok. So if you want to check that out on my TikTok, it's at Shannon Shaw's Beauty, the same as my Instagram. I did a little like transition and I used the shade on my lid, but just like, look at that. It's so pretty. Like so pretty. Look at that. Yeah, it has like an almost like duochrome or like multi-dimensional shift to it. Very pretty, and I'm happy to see like a mainstream brand kind of showing that. Now it is very glittery, super glittery. It can be a bit chunky. I would recommend using a finger or a wet brush and really patting this on because you will get fallout. I'd also recommend doing your eyeshadow before you do your base makeup. Now I always do that, but I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but I would recommend it with those like glittery shadows. And there's another one in here that's kind of like that as well, and that is the shade up here. It's kind of like a corally, pinky, orangey tone. It has like tons of different shifts in it. It's really pretty. So that is that one right there. And you would have seen these in the swatches, but I thought it would be fun to swatch just a couple of these like on camera so you could see it. And you can see kind of all the multi-dimensional kind of shift in that. It has kind of like a reflect in it. Really beautiful. Again, this is a shade that will give you fallout because it does have that like sparkliness to it and kind of a little bit chunky. Some people don't like that, but if I get that really foiled eye look, I think it's beautiful. And like I said, you can use these wet and that really helps as well. Now, I want to go into this like glittery shade right here. So this kind of gold glittery shade. Now I will say you can see, like I said, these are a bit chunky, so they can get a little bit messy in the pan, so just be careful. But I am going to go in with that like sparkly gold shade. I'm just going to do a little swatcheroo. Ooh, look at that. This one would be great for all of the lid or even just to like tap in and use as a topper as well. Because I could see you can blend this out and just use this as a sparkly shade for a topper, or you can like really pack that on. But look at that. It looks so wet and reflective. I'm super impressed by this palette, guys. Like I am actually shocked by how much I like this. I thought it was going to kind of be maybe a dud because I don't hear a lot about Nars eyeshadow palettes. And then I do want to go in and I want to swatch a couple. I want to swatch this shade. This shade is actually what I put on my lid in the eyeshadow look, and then I'm going to swatch the other one up here in this corner. So that's those two shades. So more of a pinky shade like I have my lid, and then this one's kind of more of a taupe shade. And these ones kind of have, they're metallic, but they're more on the like less like foiled side, but they're still really pretty metallics. Really beautiful. They still show up really well on the lid. I have nothing to complain about. You guys see me apply that pink shade on the lid. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a me shade for sure. So I really like that. And then I want to swatch this purple down here and then this green. I did use this purple in the look as well, and you would have seen that. So that's those two shades. Really pretty. Oh yeah, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And again, you would have seen these swatches kind of already, but I did want to show you how beautiful they swatch out. Like that's just like dipping into them, nothing too crazy and beautiful. Again, I really like the mattes in this. I like the metallics. Use the metallics, especially those really glittery shades, before you do your eye makeup if you can. If not, I would suggest using a glitter glue or definitely wetting your brush. But I like to go in with my finger and just kind of push it in. No swiping, just push it into where you want it on your eyelid. That's gonna work the best for sure. All right, guys, so that is kind of all my thoughts on the palette. I really like this. I'm really impressed. Are all Nars eyeshadows as good? Because I know I've heard like mixed things. I feel like it's like hit or miss with them, which is kind of sad because I don't like spending that much money on an eyeshadow palette that I don't know if it's going to be good. I really wanted to try the formula though, so that's why I decided to on this one, but typically I don't like taking a chance unless I know that it's going to be a good palette, but I am happy, like pleasantly surprised that that one is so good. I'd highly recommend checking it out. I'm curious now kind of about the rest of the collection. Like I said, I probably won't get it because I don't need it. But yeah, I mean, I'm freaking stoked. I really enjoyed using that. I had fun using it. I'm inspired by it. I like that it has those kind of like duochrome, kind of multi-dimensional, those couple shadows in there. Not saying I don't have those in other formulas or from indie brands, but it's cool to see in a mainstream brand. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with it. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that I like it so much. You guys will have to let me know what you think if you've picked it up, what you think of other Nars palettes. Is there any other ones I should try? Let me know in the comments. I always want to hear from you guys. If you did like the video, make sure you do give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out, even if you think it doesn't. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.